Okay, episode 3, picking up exactly where we left off, same as always, which is this time going to be defeating the Queen, what's her name? Queen Zombies. My son wants to watch zombies. This is Legends of Zelda. Legends of Zelda is way cooler than zombies. Or, well, this was, yeah, well, I don't know. That's debatable, actually. I don't know. Are zombies not as cool as Zelda? It's hard to say for sure. The game isn't as cool. This, when I first played it, by the way, took me a bagillion years. I kept walking around. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then I eventually figured out that you're supposed to look at the queen so that this whole cutscene happens. Because I literally walked around the room, like circled it for 5 minutes, and I could hear something scurrying, but it just never dawned on me to look at the ceiling for some reason. At least I'm not that bright. No, a stick! It did it again. I missed my opportunity because of a freaking weird... I don't know, my controller is like glitching out. Ah, you know what? I know how to fix that. I'm gonna change my settings real quick for that and make it the down. There we go. That'll fix it. Okay, so basically what happens now is she's gonna crawl up here and she wants to poop out some baby egg thingies. But as soon as her eye turns red, I guess from the stress of trying to poop out baby things, that's when she's going to actually do it. So you just gotta shoot her before that happens, and then just hack her to pieces. And it should only take 2 times as long as you hit her fast enough. Yep. Seems like an easy boss, but when you don't know what's going on and it's your first time facing her, it is a little bit challenging. At least when I was, you know, in grade school when I first played this game, it was challenging because I couldn't figure out the whole shooting her with a slingshot first, and then I was getting. So I had to deal with the babies, and yeah, it was a mess. But yay, first heart container. That's what I'm talking about. All right, where's my portal? Portal. And then this is where the cutscenes are gonna. This is why I didn't want to wait. This is why I didn't want to squeeze it in on episode 2 because there's gonna be a redunculous amount of cutscenes. This guy's gotta talk to me forever, but it's a good cutscene. Gives you the whole mythology behind the Legend of Zelda, which carries through for pretty much all the games. I mean, like, the storylines have changed over time. You know, like you got the Wind Waker where everything's covered in water. You know, you got the Spirit tracks where there's just like mysterious train tracks all over the place and everyone travels by train. But, you know, more or less, the storyline still centers around the same thing with the Triforce and the 3 goddesses that created Hyrule and so on and so forth. It's a cool story. And to give you a little bit of an insight into how much of a dork I am, the first tattoo I ever got, I was on vacation visiting my father down in the Keys. Got pretty well lit on New Year's. Woke up still drunk and got the Triforce tattooed on my arm. So that's my dedication to this. And but I do not regret it. Do not regret my drunken tattoo decisions. It was a good time, and I like having a Triforce. In fact, I'm going to add to it and put more Legends of Zelda stuff around it when I get the time for more tattoos. But yeah, it's a really awesome story. And there's actually like there's a group of people out there that actually like believe that this game was actually like a lot of which is let me backtrack. A lot of Japanese-based games are based somewhat on either like real-life mythology or real life in general, and this game is one of them. And there's a lot of people that actually believe in the mythology behind the game, like not necessarily the game itself, where like they believe in like a hero named Link and some chick named Zelda, but they believe in Hyrule, the Triforce, that somewhere in Japan there's like a secret, sacred portal gateway that'll take you to Hyrule. Like they're dead serious, and like not just because of the game, but like the game was actually based on like ancient mythology and stuff like that. So like that's where they got the idea for it. So there's people that still believe in that today. I knew a guy here in the States when I was way back in the day when I was living in Jersey. Him and his whole family are believers of this, and they actually went on a pilgrimage to Japan on vacation for like a month. Like, and they were like going on some tour where they were going through like all kinds of like old forests and stuff like that looking for the portal. I crap you not. Like, people are into this. it's a serious thing. Boom. Right there your rumble pack shakes like super violently. Rumble pack. What a great invention. That was one thing about N64. Like they really did lead the way in a lot of things. Like the Rumble Pack was pretty good, like a big deal. Like it was the first real like vibrations for a controller. Like there was adaptations in the like before that for vibrations reacting to the game and stuff, but they were really crappy and made no sense. But this was the first one that actually made sense, and this was, to my knowledge, was the first game that actually really made use of it, where you actually needed it to find certain things, a certain treasure that you won't find unless you had the Roman Pack, and it vibrates the closer you get to it and stuff like that. Like that's really, or like when you're fishing, like you can tell by the vibrations like how you're reacting to the fishing and stuff like that. Like it's really, they really fully utilized it. And then, you know, it's the first controller to have an analog stick, you know, which is the only way to do it for a 3D environment. So I mean, they really led the way in a lot of stuff, but I mean, for its shortcomings, it did, you know, I just think more serious, like PlayStation took off because it had more serious games. All the RPGs and stuff were on PlayStation. So this kind of got labeled as like the family system, and like kind of got stuck with that. But I mean, there are some not family friendly games on N64, but for the most part, not really. And I think ever since then they've been stuck with that, because GameCube and Wii both had the same label that I don't think Nintendo can escape at this point. PlayStation and now Xbox is considered to be the more serious core gamers or whatever, but they're still pumping out awesome games. Like Twilight, that was a really good Zelda game. All the DS ones are awesome too. Like both of the ones that came out for DS are amazing. I'm really looking forward to them making an original Legend of Zelda for 3DS. Like it's very seldom that they fall short. Four Swords for the DS, and I think it came out for the DS and the GameCube, right? Am I mistaken? Or the Wii, whatever it came out for. I didn't like Four Swords. I didn't think that was that great. It kind of got away from the mythology a little bit, and I don't know, the whole multiplayer thing, I don't know, it just was weird for me. But that's really the only Legend of Zelda, like actually Nintendo-made Legend of Zelda game that fell short. The only other ones are obviously the couple Legend of Zelda games that came out for the 3DO, which I don't know why Nintendo gave them permission for that, but they did for some. Oh, because I think 3DO was designing. I think it had something to do with 3DO was originally designing their something like that. Like they were designing the disc drive for something. I don't know if it was the DD64 or if it was for something else, but they were involved in it. So the company had the rights for Mario and Zelda because they were supposed to be making something for Nintendo. And when the deal fell through, they still went ahead and made the 3DO, but now they still had the rights to the game. So they came out with, like, they're licensed, but they play and look like unlicensed because they're just terrible. Nintendo had nothing to do with the making of them, and they are like unplayable at best. They're just so god awful. But if you ever have a go to, if you've never heard of them, then shame on you. But go watch Angry Video Game Nerd is the website, AVGN. Find the website, and he has a video series on those games specifically, those and the Mario 3DO games, and he has a whole review on 3DO in general, and that'll just explain it. That'll be the easiest way for you to have it explained to you. Yeah, I got my Ocarina. When I was a kid, I always called it Ocarina. Like, I always thought it was pronounced Ocarina, and then like way later in life, someone corrected me, and they're like, "No, it's Ocarina," and I was like, "Ocarina? What are you talking about?" To this day, I still debate it internally, but I guess it's widely accepted as Ocarina. I don't know. But yeah, I slipped still and called it an Ocarina just because when I was a kid, that's what I called it. Excuse me for being wrong. Blah, 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 blah. This is how you play on a freaking... My son, he's doing a good job. He knows I'm recording right now, so he's trying to whisper, but he's still asking me a question, which is going to require an answer. This game is called Legend of Zelda. That's an Ocarina. He's like pointing at the screen and asking, "What is that?" while he's whispering. It's very adorable. I like right here, like, I say nothing. She just like, yeah, and I just like run away. I'm like, duh. It's kind of silly way to say goodbye to like your like best friend in life and someone that you probably have the sweetness for. What are you pointing at? Yeah, I see it. I'm playing it. He says, "Look." I can see it. All right, so we finally this is our first time leaving, and what we have to do now is make our way to the castle. What you can't do is make it there before the door closed. I've done it once, so I guess it is physically possible if you take like the most direct route possible and don't run into any problems and so on and so forth. But basically what the game is designed to do is you're not supposed to make it. You're supposed to spend your first night actually out here in the field. And this, was this game also the first to do this, to have like actual time passing by where like the sun rises and sets, and then there's a difference between day and night. Like certain things happen during the day, certain things happen during the night, certain enemies are only seen at night, so on and so forth. I don't know if this is the first one to do it, but they do it well even if they weren't. Did I get all of that? Yes, I did. I hit no one time by accident. I was so mad. I was like, nah, I gotta listen to this jerk again. You keep running into this owl like all over the place. He keeps giving you all kinds of helpful tips that I don't need to know. All right. So yeah, so what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna make my way to the castle, but it's not gonna work. Like, so you're stuck out here during the night, fighting all the skeletons off, and then as soon as day comes again, then you're good to go, and you can go ahead and enter the castle. Which before you get to the actual castle and meet the princess and so on and so forth, the first thing that's going to transpire is that we are going to what are we going to do? We're going to be in the town, and there's a lot of stuff to do in town, a lot of extra things you can earn, like bigger bags for your slingshot. We can earn a heart piece. Later on we can earn bomb bags. There's all kinds of stuff to earn. So watch how I just barely missed this. Oh my god, am I gonna make it? Holy crap, I made it. Look at that. With a door rising behind me. But now it's nighttime. So the town is gonna be closed, basically. And that's no good. I can come in here and wreak all kinds of havoc, though. You can make all kinds of money in here. And as soon as you leave, all these pots come back. So you can come back in here and do it all over again. So this is a good way to earn money real quick if you're trying to save up for something like the Hyrule Shield. There's a free way to get the Hyrule Shield in a grave, and I'll probably just do that later because I don't need the shield right away. But if you buy it, I think it's 85 rubies if memory serves me. So yeah, if you had to buy it, if you didn't know about the free one, which I'm not even 100% sure how to get I know it's in the graves. I know I have to move a grave and fall into a hole. I just gotta remember which one, and so I'm gonna have to probably deal with a lot of ghosts and stuff like that. But anyway, I was just gonna do that once just to get some stuff saved up, because I do need rubies also for the game where the slingshot game where you have to work on your marksmanship. Oh, okay, I gotta get this dog. That I know I gotta do. Get over here, dog. The white dog is good. Ooh. I don't remember how to get the dog though. How do I get the dog? There's like no way to pick it up. What do I do? Hit him? Is he gonna follow me now? Sweet. I don't know if this is the right one or not, but there's a white dog. There's several white dogs, and you gotta get the right one to follow you, and then you take it to this lady, and she gives you a heart piece for finding her lost dog or whatever. It's either this door or the... Nope. Okay. It's the other door. Is the dog gone now? Of course he is. It's that door that's like facing the screen. Well, see, I don't remember 100% everything. Alright. Yeah, so the problem is that the brown dogs want to follow you too, and like if you have a brown dog following you, then the white dog won't follow you, and it's like you're stuck with them. Oh, see, I got a brown dog following me. Get away. Well, let me go talk to her, because she's gonna... I'm gonna talk to her, and she's gonna talk about this stuff, and then she's gonna tell me about her dad that's like asleep or some crap. Yeah, I'm a fairy boy. Her dad falls asleep a lot. He's kind of an idiot. Okay. Oh my gosh. So now I gotta go into a door to get this dog to stop following me. Ah, dang it. Alright. I'll go. Is the treasure thing open yet? I don't think that opens yet. Treasure game. I don't know if it's open yet or if you gotta wait till you do some other stuff first. If it is, I'll try it just for the heck of it. Sure. You can look this up. There's a specific thing or whatever. I'm sure like that would make my life a lot easier, but I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. And I lost already.